Is it going? It's going. 3.
Oh, it says you're live.
Hey guys, I'm Eric.
And I'm Grace. We're the Wandering Ravens.
And we are live.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Okay, so this is exciting. Looks like we have a lot of people in the room already. And okay, this is our first time ever doing a YouTube live stream. So bear with us. We are nervous.
Yes.
I'm gonna just admit that.
I think that's okay to say. We're a little bit nervous. We see the chat moving over here. So hello to all of you guys who are already with us. Hi, Lorraine and Samantha and Andy.
And Deanna. And we've got Brittany and Andrew, Butler, Amelia, Wraith Tracks, Owen Wood.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh my gosh, so many people. This is so much fun. We're really excited to be chatting with you guys. So first, I thought I would go ahead and give you a little bit of a schedule to let you know what we have planned. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with some US trivia stuff. Then we're going to answer some questions. And basically for the next hour or so, we're going to be alternating between answering questions and giving you guys some fun US trivia and things like that.
Playing some games, sharing some drinks, having some snacks. It's going to be a grand old time.
We also have Horton back here.
Yes.
So inebriated, as always.
As always. But we couldn't have this live stream without him, though. So we kind of dragged him out of bed, put him up there, and told him to act presentable. Hopefully he won't embarrass us too much during this next hour. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Fingers crossed. And to calm my nerves, we did go to the shop today and we went to the UK section.
Yes.
And we found ourselves some digestives.
Well, you found yourself some digestives.
Yeah, these are for me. So
we've been talking about this a little bit. We've been wanting to, when we have time, usually our shops are very rushed in the morning because we go in the morning before the queue becomes out the door. But we want to take the camera with us one of these days and get video of all the foods that are in the international section, such as British foods. Hey, Mercy! Oh, Mercy's there. We want to get video of the British food section and ask you guys if you've seen any of these, because they had some foods we had never seen in the American section.
Yeah, we do have, there's a number of foods which you guys requested that we try, or suggested that we try on our foods that we'd never seen in the UK video. One of them being brown sauce. We don't know what brown sauce is, but we found out today that they do stock brown sauce at the shop here in town.
So we're going to have to
give that a try. So let's break into a digestive.
Oh, hi, Tom. Well, Nathaniel and Hayden. Oh, and Jason. Hello, hello.
Danny Grint, loving the digestives. And we should ask you guys, what are you drinking tonight or this morning? Do you have tea? Do you have beer? Do you have wine? Do you have coffee?
Let us know. It's a battle between us about coffee and tea. This is a debate we've had since we became friends. So he's a coffee drinker and I am a tea lover. So let us know. Ooh, we've got tea, we've got coffee, we've got cider, we've got squash. Okay, now squash is something I am very confused about. I'm not really sure that we have an American equivalent to squash. If you're American, please leave in the chat bar. What is the American equivalent of squash?
Yeah, if you know what squash is. This is something, we do have fruit
juice?
Concentrates.
Yeah, we have Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Or if you're a bartender, you do have fruit concentrates for mixing drinks and stuff, but it's not, I don't think it's quite like squash in the UK. So we did have someone, let's see, where would we go?
Drinking vodka already. Oh, wait, I guess it's in the evening for some of us and in the morning for others. So
that's true. Yorkie 580 says that the true test of a tea drinker is dunking a digestive long enough to soften it, but not long enough to break it.
Oh no, I'm going to fail that because I can't eat digestives.
So I'm going to try that. Because when we were in the UK, I continued to fail this. So I have my digestive. I have my tea. Are you ready?
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Are you a true tea drinker?
Am I a true tea drinker? Here we go. Oh, it barely fits in the mud. Oh, it doesn't.
You're
Quite-
gonna have to break it
I'm gonna have
ever
to
so
break it.
gently.
Okay, it doesn't. The digestive does not fit in the mug, so we're gonna
Oh, someone
try
said
this again.
3 dunks.
3 dunks.
Aw, Justin,
Thank you for the
you
tip,
betrayed me. Coffee doesn't beat tea.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
That was 3.
That was 3. Oh, it is wobbly. It is.
Oh. All right. Well, I would say he's not a true tea drinker based off of that right there. Oh, he said, I told you. They told you 3 just because that would make you fail. You guys, well, yeah,
Oh, man.
he's clearly not a tea drinker, a true tea drinker.
There is soggy biscuit all over the table now.
All right, that's not going to be a reflection of how the rest of this live stream is going to go. We're just going to put that out
hopefully
there.
not.
Disclaimer.
Knock on some Horton.
Yes.
So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do is we thought you guys would enjoy hearing some crazy facts about the USA, because we're always going on about things that stand out to us about British culture and the UK and France and other countries. So we're going to introduce you to some crazy laws that we have in America.
Now, we are getting this from an article, so if they got anything wrong, take it up with goodhousekeeping.com.
We are sharing ones which we've heard multiple times, so I believe these are accurate. You may have a similar situation in the country where you're from, where there are old laws that are on the books. These are old laws which have never been taken away, but they're still there. So technically there's things that are legal, albeit kind of strange.
Oh, I see Michael and Bryce. Hey, you two.
Hello, Chips and Fish and Micro Dunce, evening. Globetrotter. Justin, Michael, hello.
Hello. Oh, and hello, Andrew and Millie.
So our first wild and crazy American law, and I know this is going to blow your mind. You know, it's crazy. This is going to blow your mind. But in Alabama, Grace, what is it illegal to do in Alabama?
You would never guess it, but it is illegal in Alabama to drive while blindfolded. So, I mean, that's been on my bucket list for a really long time, but I'm just going to have to take that one out of there just because, you know, it's illegal and you got to abide by the law.
At least in Alabama.
Yeah, I can't go driving blindfolded. That wouldn't be great.
I would not.
Didn't you read up before visiting Alabama? This? Oh, no, I didn't.
And our second crazy law comes from Arizona. So in Arizona, it's illegal to put a certain thing into your bathtub. Can you guess what it's illegal to put in your bathtub in Arizona?
But specifically under certain circumstances as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
You can't let it
sleep in your bathtub.
So you can put this thing in your bathtub as long as it's not sleeping.
If it's sleeping, that's a no-no, and that could get you arrested in Arizona.
Let's see. We've got your Oma, Ben & Jerry's, a toaster.
Fish. It's illegal to let fish sleep in your bathtub.
Hello, brightest sight. Oh, a rubber duck. Gin.
A baby.
A digestive biscuit. A monkey. All right, well.
A child. A dog.
Your nan. A kid. A gremlin. All right.
Ooh, a seal.
Dynamite. I like that one.
Yeah, sleeping dynamite shouldn't be going in your bathtub.
Mother-in-law. There it is.
An alligator. 1 point for gremlin. All right, yeah, so gremlin's winning.
All right, so the law in Arizona is that it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in your bathtub. Yes, and the story behind this, want to read the story?
Ooh, I didn't know it came with stories.
It comes with stories.
All right, in the 1920s, a local woman... Wait, no. All right, that's really embarrassing. I totally read that wrong. In the 1920s, a local dam broke, flooding a rancher's home. The rancher's donkey had become accustomed to sleeping in the bathtub, which filled with water and whisked him miles away. After working to rescue the animal, the town passed this law, which is still in place today.
So no letting your donkeys sleep in the bathtub in Arizona. And whoa!
Oh, thank you, Samantha.
Wow.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's a surprise.
Wow.
Oh, we appreciate you, Samantha. That is very sweet of you. Cheers.
Oh, yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's do this.
To Samantha.
Yes. Is it?
Oh!
I looked at.
But it didn't touch the table. We gotta do it again.
All right, let's try this again. Take 2. And for those of you wondering why that awkward eye contact had been made, apparently there is this rule that you have to make eye contact while cheersing with someone.
In France.
In France specifically.
Who knows?
Who knows why that is? Maybe it's not.
If you comment the reason, we'll let you know, and you get a point.
Yes.
So in France, you have to cheers maintaining eye contact until you drink. Otherwise, it's 7 years of bad. In the meantime, I'm going to dunk another biscuit.
All right. Well, better luck this time.
So I'm only going to do it twice this time. Here we go. 1.
Somebody said to only do it 1.5.
2.
Okay. Oh, success! Oh my goodness.
I'm learning.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, Michael knows.
All right, Michael got it.
Yep.
Well done, everyone. You know your French culture, and I'm proud of you.
Yes. Good job. Good job.
Oh, Globetrotter got it as well. So, shall we move on to some questions now?
Yes.
So what we did was yesterday we posted across our social media asking people to submit questions for today. We've never done a Q&A like this before. So there's questions that we get pretty regularly, and we thought this would be a great opportunity for us to resolve some of these questions. So the first thing, let's see.
All right.
Pull that up.
Yes. Pull these up. We're starting from here.
Yes.
All right. All right. Yep, I got it.
Lining up our questions. So our first batch of questions comes from our Patreon community. And in case you guys don't know it, we do have a Patreon. If you want to get behind the scenes video, photo, vlogs, that sort of stuff, basically things that wouldn't really fit on our channel, then you can join up on our There's our first blooper.
Outtake.
Outtake number 1. So if you want to get access to those sorts of things, you can join our Patreon community, and it's a great way to support our channel and help us make better content more often for you guys to enjoy during lockdown.
I'm going to send that into the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Jacob and Hannah and Joe. Hello. There we go. Sent that into the chat.
So our first question comes from Patreon. Let's see if does this work. Is it backwards for you guys?
Backwards.
No.
Oh no. All right. Well, you can just say who it's from and
Yeah.
read it.
Let me see real quick. Guys, is this backwards for you?
Let us know if it's backwards because we can see it on our screen, but I think it may have mirrored it back to us. Oh, thank you, Ed.
Oh, thank you so much, Ed. Oh, we got a cheers for Ed now.
Oh, yes. All right. We'll do this the proper way, though. All right. This feels really creepy, though, to, like, cheers.
I take this very seriously. There we go.
Forgive me.
All right, perfect. So it looks like it's working for you guys. Excellent. So from Joshua M. on Patreon, he asks, what did you guys do before traveling? What did we do before traveling?
Well, like profession-wise or
I don't know. Take
hobby-wise?
it how you will.
Profession-wise, okay, so before we went traveling, we were both servers. So we worked at the same restaurant. We were servers together, and we did that for a couple of years. I did a little bit of traveling before we were married, so I also did that for not a year, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just worked as servers. It was a lot of fun. Lots of great stories, lots of meeting a lot of interesting people and having a lot of interesting conversations. It was fun.
Yeah, I think we told you guys in the videos before about our time in the restaurant industry. It's a great example of Americanness because people are so willing to chat with strangers and have these great conversations. I did mention, and this kind of shocked some of our British friends, how in the US, your server, they've done studies, and statistically, if you're a server, you make more money in tips if when you're serving, you come up to your table and you get down on your knees and you put your elbows on the table and you talk with your table very informally and have a conversation with them. Mm-hmm. And if you do that in the States, you statistically get higher tips.
Oh, we got a question here. Where is it?
Oh, chips and...
Okay.
Fips. Chish and Fips. Oh, wow. Chish and Fips. Did you meet at work?
No, we actually met as children. So I was maybe 6 when we met, and you were like 9
I was
or
7 or
like
8.
That.
Yeah,
we were babes when we met. I actually have posted a photo on our Instagram. I think it's on our Instagram of us when we had, first met. So as kids, if you want to see that, go check out our Instagram. Mm-hmm. We were cute.
You can see baby Eric and Grace.
And I think I was already crushing on you even then.
You was. Look, if you go look at this photo, she's holding my hand. Yeah. I wasn't having any of it though. I was really obsessed with cake at the time. If you look at our Instagram,
you'll see that. Well, cake matters a lot more when you're a little kid.
So we knew each other when we were very young, way back then. How old are you? 6?
I think I was like 6.
And then I was 7 or 8. And then we didn't see each other for a really long time, about 10 years. And then we re-met as older teenagers. Mm-hmm. And we were like...
Hit it off?
Hey there. Wow. I like the way you grew up.
Yeah. Yeah, so we re-met as young adults, teens, whatever, and fell in love.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. From Sharn D. You are so fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that is so sweet of you.
We gotta do this again. Cheers and cheers.
Apparently, this is how we're drinking now. Two-handed.
Well, I'm just afraid that I'm a very clumsy. When I drink, I'm very clumsy. You know this. Mm-hmm. So I have a habit of spilling beverages on myself.
Also, I already put enough digestive all over the table.
Yeah, that's true. We don't need to add tea to that.
So let's look at our next question. And we have...
Oh, someone asked if my finger ring was too small. No, it's just a half ring.
It's a half ring.
Oh, thank you, Jake.
Oh, Jacob, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That is really sweet of you.
Cheers.
In your honor. Cheers.
And then...
We are getting really good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be pros by the time this is over.
Yeah, that's true. That's very sweet of you, Jacob. Thank you very much.
All right. Do we want to...
Next question.
The next one.
We have...
Also from a patron.
Yes, this is from another patron, Tom Turner. Let's see if you guys can read it.
Da-da.
So he asks, what myths about the UK did you believe before you visited that turned out to not be true?
Ooh.
You want to take that away?
Well, there's like the stereotypical ones that you always hear, like British, like the UK has bad food or something to that effect. But when we went there, we definitely did not see any truth in that. The UK has a lot of good food and tons of different types of cuisine. A lot of really good Indian food. Pasties are the best. Mincemeat pies are so good.
So good. Haggis. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, haggis.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to trying some gluten-free haggis next time we're in the UK.
So that was a myth that is so widespread in the US. Everyone goes on and on about how British food is all vinegar and boiled and deep fried. That's about it.
And we learned, what did you say? I think you mentioned this the other day when we were making breakfast or something about the origins, perhaps the origins of that myth.
So we've heard a couple of different stories about why that might be the case, but the one that seems the most compelling is that the first time the US got really exposed to the UK was during World War II, where we spent thousands of American soldiers spent time in the UK and then came back to the States, carrying tales of the motherland with them. And because the UK was under rationing at that time and everyone was rationing salt and sugar and everything else, the soldiers did not have good stories about the food. And that reputation for bad food has just persisted until today. Although, yeah, you'd think that they realized that it was a nation under rationing.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the logical conclusion you'd come to is, okay, like times are hard right now. Everything's being rationed, so of course food is going to be a little bit more bland, and everyone should be okay with that. But they brought this rumor back, and it's persisted to today. So
it's crazy, yeah. And it's false. That's the wonderful thing too, is that it's false. And oh my gosh, Alex!
Oh, thank you
so much. Oh, we really appreciate
Alex
you guys.
And Dana. Thank you both.
And is there, Alex? If there's any questions you want us to answer, do drop those down below so we can get to those for you.
Oh,
in your honor.
In your honor. Cheers.
The other day, what was it we learned of the French one?
Oh, no.
Remember? No?
I don't remember.
Crap.
It wasn't that.
No, it wasn't that. We just learned how to cheers in French, but it has
escaped.
It has escaped our mind.
Oh, dear.
Oh, and Emma, thank you so much.
You.
Wow. Oh, well, before we get to your question, here's to you. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, what is your favorite place that you have been to in the UK?
Ooh, in the UK? I really loved Bath. Bath was so beautiful. And it was very walkable as well, which is a really big perk.
Central.
Yeah, that's a really big perk because we were carrying around backpacks with us, I think, all day because we had been staying in a hostel and you don't always want to leave your bags at a hostel or whatnot. So we were carrying backpacks, rucksacks with us all day, and it was extremely walkable. It was beautiful, and they had a lot of really, really gorgeous cafes and good food just everywhere. So much good food.
Yeah, I would actually agree. So we gotta make a disclaimer for you guys so you understand where in the UK we've been. We spent time in London, a lot of time in the Midlands, also down in Bath, and a very brief moment in Bristol. And also over by Rugby, we stayed in the village Kilsby over there, Stratford-upon-Avon.
Oh yes, that was also really beautiful.
Which was just down the road from Ulster, where we stayed for a month. So we actually have not been to Wales, Scotland, or Northern Ireland. Yeah.
But they're super high on our list, and we actually should have already been in the UK. We were planning on going about a month ago, but then this whole lockdown happened, and so we were unable to make our trip there. But we were planning to go to a lot of different places in the UK during that trip, and it was going to be a couple months long as well. So
yeah, we had a plan to go to Northern Ireland and Wales and all over the place, but due to the current situation, that has been postponed. But we do really want to get back. We also really want to get to the north and visit the north of England, because we hear that there's a big culture difference between the south and the north. And right now, we do not really understand anything about that north-south divide. But we are super excited to get over there and experience that and learn about that a little bit, as well as over to the southeast of England and the southwest.
I would love to go to Cornwall as well.
Which we know now is a county. We made that mistake in the video. I said the city of Cornwall.
The city of Cornwall. We got some comments over that one.
Well, you see, did I explain it in the video? I don't remember if
I don't even remember.
But yeah, the problem is that in the States, we always, for the most part, whenever something is a county, we say county. So for example, in the United States, we lived in Snohomish County. We know people in Skagit County. King County is the county that Seattle's in. And people always say, they don't say, I'm from King. They say, I'm from King County or Snohomish County very often. But in the UK, we've noticed that people don't really stick the county on the end. So we always heard Cornwall.
Yeah, but so we didn't realize that it was county.
Yeah.
But I think that is something that a lot of people from other countries, they kind of have a laugh at Americans because Americans always say, I'm from this place, this state, this country.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you say I'm from London, they'll be like, oh, London, England. Because we also have London, Canada, and London, a whole bunch of other places in the States.
there's a London, I think, in Texas.
I believe there is.
Yeah.
Texas has all of the famous cities. I think they have Paris and Florence as well in Texas.
You can go on a whole European tour in Texas. Oh, Nathan Perry, thank you so much. Wow. Oh, wow. This is, honestly, we did not really realize that this was a thing for live streams. So this is a huge surprise. Thank you so much, Nathan. Here's to you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, man, we're getting good at that.
All right.
That's good tea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Should we continue with the question?
We should. So let's see. I'm going to open up my questions here.
Someone said "à votre santé," which
Yeah,
santé,
that was
health.
what it was.
Yay!
Yes. Thank you, Russ.
Yes, we need to be saying that, especially now.
And no, we haven't been to. This is us learning how to pronounce a UK city.
Oh no,
I'm
where
gonna
is
guess Durham.
it? I'm gonna guess it's Durham as well. We have not been to Durham. I believe I had known people with this as their last name before, and they pronounce it Durham though, so I might be cheating a little bit.
Ah, okay.
Or maybe
Durham.
they pronounce their last name different than me.
We have not been to Durham.
We have not.
If it's Durham, we are sorry.
And we've also not been there.
We have not been to Durham either. So the next question we have from another patron. This is Rich. And let's see, I'll show these to you guys.
Oh dear, it got so dark. There we go.
No, that does not. What happened?
Oh, it
Oh,
was
that's
going
what
to
happened.
sleep. That's why.
There we go. So now I'll read it. And it says, okay, here's one question I always ask people I'm getting to know. You're on death row and you can have anything for your last supper. You can have a starter, a main and a pudding with a different drink for each course. What would they be? Oh, this tells you a lot about a person. All right, so we're going to answer this question. And why don't you guys go ahead and answer this as well?
Oh,
If
yes.
you were on death row, so that's a bit morbid, but play along. Imagine you're on death row, but there's a perk. You get anything you want for a starter, a main, also a pudding, and a different drink for each course.
What would it
So,
be?
while you guys write your answers, we're going to think about our own.
You can go first.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Okay, I can go first. It takes me so long because I would take this very seriously. This would be a really serious thing in my mind.
Okay. So we could alternate. Let's start with starters.
Okay.
We'll go through it one at a time. So
Okay.
starter, what would be your starter?
Oh man, I'm gonna be really basic here and say that I would love to have smashed avocado on gluten-free toast with some cheese. Because if I'm about
This is your last meal.
This is my last
You
meal.
don't eat
I'm
gluten-free.
gonna just say screw all of those allergies. It's not gonna be gluten-free toast. It's gonna be the fluffiest French baguette ever.
Yeah, anything you want.
Yeah, I might as if I'm going to die. What's a little allergic reaction during the process? That's the least of my worries at that point.
So we could do. You'll have baguette with smashed avocado on top.
Yeah, and some cheese.
Which, fun fact for the Brits in the audience, in the States we don't call it smashed avocado.
No, we wouldn't.
We just say avocado with toast. But
Yeah, avocado toast.
I don't think, at least in the Pacific Northwest where we're from, we don't use the word smashed when talking about food.
Like with potatoes, we would say mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
But we wouldn't say smashed potatoes or smashed
avocado.
peas or smashed avocado.
All right, so my starter would be, oh man, this is difficult, but also bread, garlic bread, sourdough garlic bread is my favorite, one of my favorite things. A rich loaf of
Really good.
just the sourest sourdough with garlic lathered in between with butter. Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds super good.
All right, so now your main.
Okay, my main. Is there a limit on the size of this thing?
As big a main you want.
Okay. Oh man. That's really hard because it just depends on what I'm feeling that day. But I honestly think that I would probably have a really, really fancy gourmet pizza. Not like Alfie's or Little Caesars or any just fast, greasy, gross pizza, but it'd be like gourmet pizza. The best, most expensive pizza you can imagine, with a lot of greens, artichoke hearts, sun-dried tomatoes. Yeah, I think that would have to be mine.
A massive pizza.
Yes, with tons and tons and tons of cheese.
I approve. I think mine would be actually, you guys will like this. Mine would be a Sunday roast, because even though we have not had a Sunday roast, it sounds like my kind of meal. And Rich sent us a picture. Rich is a cook, and he sent us a picture of the Sunday roast that he made last week, and it looked phenomenal. So if you guys, what are you, the sides? Potatoes, carrots,
I think
chicken,
it can also vary, because I saw some of our commenters said different things that they had as their sides. But yeah, I feel like you can just go crazy with those and have as many sides as you want. What
about pudding?
Pudding. All right, so that would be like for dessert.
Dessert, yeah.
Oh man, it's been so long since I had ice cream.
Just a big ice cream sundae?
No, not an ice cream sundae. Because I don't like any of that canned whipped cream. That ain't great. That's nasty. It would be, what's my favorite kind of ice cream? I don't even know, it's been that long since I had ice cream. It would probably be maybe like mint chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip ice cream with, oh man, this is so hard to choose.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream with whip.
No, without whip.
Without whip.
With a brownie. A big, gooey brownie. Yes.
That's good.
That would be mine.
Mine would be apple pie. Just a big apple pie. I love apple pie.
The whole apple pie?
The whole apple pie. I just eat the whole thing. And then, real quick, for drinks.
Oh, drinks. You get a different drink for each one?
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Oh, that's true.
Okay.
Mine would just be coffee.
Coffee. And more coffee.
Coffee. Maybe finish with an Irish coffee. I haven't had that yet, but I hear it's good.
You might need that if you're going to die. Yeah, a little bit of Irish coffee to make the end a little bit less bitter.
What about you?
I would have a London fog. Okay, so in England, do you guys have a drink called a London fog? Because we have it in America. We call it a London fog, and I've always wondered, is this actually a London thing, or is this just something we've made up in America? Probably that. But it's Earl Grey tea with steamed milk. I would have steamed almond milk, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have a London fog with some lavender infusion. And then during my meal, I would have another London fog with lavender infusion. And then for afterwards, dang. If I have another London fog, I will be so caffeinated.
That's all right. You got all the London fogs. I got all the coffees. We go out buzzed.
Yes, that's true.
There you go.
I will have another London fog, please and thank you.
All right, now let's see what you guys said you would eat. Oh, Nathaniel. Thank you so much, Nathaniel. That's amazing. Here's to you. We appreciate you.
Cheers.
Cheers. And yes, this is a very classy Disney mug.
Yes.
In case you're wondering. It is not mine.
Love those, yeah. Gotta love those.
Oh, and Emma. Wow, Emma. You should visit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm gonna put on the spot again. I'm gonna say it's Colchester. I'm probably terribly wrong. Am I terribly wrong? Colchester.
I'm going to say that this is actually pronounced the way it's spelled. I'm going to say it's Colchester. Colchester. You guys let us know. Is it Colchester or Colchester?
I feel a little bit more.
Or should we just do the translate and see?
Oh, we could try.
Let's do that. Here we go.
That's a good idea.
Because, how do we spell this? Colchester.
All right, now you got to turn on the sound.
Oh yeah.
All right, there we go.
How do we spell this?
Oh man, I can hear us. All right, there we go.
There we go.
Colchester.
Colchester.
All right, I guess you were closer for that one.
I will take Horton now.
Oh no.
So we should visit Colchester, oldest recorded town in England. Great history.
Oh,
should take a tour if you ever come here. Wow, I didn't know that. So oldest town. I'm guessing that means it goes all the way back to ancient Celtic. Is that what that means? Yeah, if you know a little bit more about the history of Colchester, anyone who's watching, drop that down below. What is the people group that goes back to? We love history, we love museums, and visiting places with historical significance. So if that is the oldest town in England, you can be sure that we will visit there.
Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Oh, and thank you, Robert. That is so sweet of you. Oh, Brad.
Aw, thank
Here's
you,
to
Brad.
you, Brad. Cheers.
Cheers.
Or Sante.
Sante.
Sante. And Robert.
Oh, we got it again.
We're way behind on the chat. Sante, Robert.
I'm gonna drink all of mine. Maybe I'll just keep on cheersing but not drinking all of it, because then there will be none left.
I know. I'm running low. Should we put on the kettle?
It's like way over there.
No, it's way over there.
Can't be bothered.
We'll just pretend we have tea.
Yeah, we'll pretend there's more. We can use our imaginations. We're very good at that.
Oh, and David Hill. Wow. Oh, and I like this little GIF here.
That's really funny. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that either. I'm going to say that this is me. I am flying, and I am pear-shaped because I've been in quarantine for too long. And so all of Grace's good bread, which Grace, by the way, Grace is an incredible baker, and she's been taking advantage of quarantine.
I even started a sourdough starter, a buckwheat sourdough starter. I had no idea that could happen.
Grab it, it's right there.
Oh, it looks scary. I don't want you guys to see it.
She is trying to make sourdough.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll
That'll
see
be
how
exciting.
it goes. I'm a little bit scared of it.
Well, here's to you, David. We really appreciate you. That is very kind of you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, that's
right.
running low.
Yeah.
And you know, the further down this cup I get, the closer I get to that biscuit that broke off.
Oh, really? Is it? Oh my. Oh man.
Yeah. If I'm truly being British, what do I do with the biscuit that fell down in the bottom of my mug? Do I slurp it down or just let it be?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's see.
Shall we get some more?
Let's do another question. So I'm not going to try to show it to you because that keeps
on failing for us.
Yes, but we have another question from a patron. This is to Danny G. Danny G, if you're watching, thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. And your question was, what made you first want to start traveling to learn about different cultures? Oh, that's a good question.
It is a really good question.
So, take it away.
Well, for me, what made me first want to start traveling? For me, I have pretty much always wanted to travel. I remember my first memory where I was like, oh, I want to travel is I was looking at a geography book on my family's bookshelf, and it had some pictures of the lavender fields in Provence. And I saw the lavender fields and I was like, oh, I really would love to visit this place and see these lavender fields. And so ever since then, I have just always wanted to travel and been super interested in other cultures and going and tasting the different foods and visiting the different street markets. I've always found it really fascinating since I was a young child. And Provence, the lavender field specifically, is still really high on my bucket list. I would have loved to go this year, but I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, we're not allowed to go 60 kilometers.
Well, currently, we're not allowed to go
currently
1 kilometer from our house, but pretty soon that'll be extended to 60 kilometers around our house.
Yeah, so for the last 6 weeks, or gosh, it honestly feels like forever that we've been stuck here.
It's been about, it started on March 17th, so it's been almost 2 months now.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe 6 weeks.
So about 6 weeks, we have been confined to a 1 kilometer, which for the Americans and British people that use miles is about half a mile. a half-mile circumference from our house. So we can't go farther than 1 kilometer
Yeah.
from our house. So that's been wild.
Jeff! Look,
Jeff!
it's Jeff!
Jeff!
Hello!
Hello, Jeff. Is Connie with you? Here's to you. We appreciate you.
Cheers.
Cheers. And Jeff, in case you didn't catch one of our videos where we announced the name of our little gentleman,
Oh, yes.
we did take your suggestion, and we have named our little man
Jeff the bongo player.
Jeff the bongo
After
player.
you. In your honor.
So thank you, Jeff and Connie. We appreciate you guys. Oh, wow. Emma.
Ooh.
So Colchester has Roman, Saxon, and Viking history.
Oh, my goodness.
And a castle.
All right. Well,
Wow.
we're definitely going there now.
Okay. Let's look at plane tickets.
I don't know if we'll be able to do anything at this moment.
We've been doing our best to learn about UK history during this time in quarantine. And what was the battle we watched a bit of a documentary on the other day? Hastings.
Oh.
Yeah, we watched a documentary on the Battle of Hastings, which in high school we learned a little bit about UK history, not nearly enough, but I'm pretty sure it's the Battle of Hastings. That's the one where I'm forgetting all their names.
Okay, I've completely forgotten about this. You may have watched it while I was still sleeping.
So, British history from an American who watched a documentary. There was this Norman. Yes, so there was this guy down in Normandy, and he believed he had a claim to the English throne. Then there was this guy up in England who was, what was he? Saxon? I think he was Saxon, and he believed he had a claim to the English throne. And then they had this big battle. Blooper number 2. They had this big battle called the Battle of Hastings, and in that battle, the Saxon king was killed, the Norman king won, and then he became William the Conqueror, and then he brought French into England, and that's why there's a bunch of French words. So we do need to watch this documentary again.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember.
Is it coming back to you?
No, I overheard you listening to it, but I myself was not listening. I'm embarrassed to admit, but yes, I was doing something else.
Very often what we do is when we're doing chores or working on things or editing photo or video, we'll have a documentary or something like that playing in the background to give us a sense of the history.
Yes. So it's interesting, but then it is hard to retain those when you're splitting your attention multiple ways.
Yes.
Retain the facts.
So, yeah, we will visit Colchester, absolutely. And Brandon, wow, Brandon, thank you so much. Brandon Newman, we will be going to Wales. We are very excited to visit Wales because that is a culture which is dramatically underrepresented in the United States. We don't really know anything about.
I feel like we don't really learn very much about it at all, but we want to, and so that is why we are planning on visiting Wales.
Yes, and we do want to learn how to read Welsh before we go as well. And we want to learn how to say the name of that railway station. That's about a mile long.
Every time I see it, I'm like, there's no way.
Go, Goach. There, I got the end. I got the end of it.
I feel like you got it wrong.
It's a lot of difficult things,
go.
and then it ends
Go,
with
go.
go.
That's the only part that I know.
We're gonna learn how to say it though.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So let's see, where are we at on questions? So we answered all of our Patreon questions.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do, the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna quiz you guys because you all have really been enjoying our UK city and town pronunciation videos. So we decided that what we're gonna do is take advantage of this opportunity to flip the tables a little bit and quiz you guys on American city names. So we've got some American cities.
Oh yes, this will be fun.
Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, I hope you guys are ready. Here we go. Never play Scrabble with a Welshman. Oh, yeah. Those names are very difficult.
Yeah, good advice. I hadn't even thought of that. That noted. I will never do that.
Oh, Joshua Scott.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. And you're my favorite uncle. There, I said it.
Oh no! Now it's on YouTube forever and
crap.
ever.
I didn't think about that. Don't share this video with any of my family members.
No other uncles watch.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Sante.
Sante.
Oh, that biscuit is getting close.
Oh no, you should never make me laugh when I'm drinking. You know that.
All right, guys. So here is our first quiz. I have to not look at the comments because you guys are making us laugh. So the first American city that we're going to challenge you to pronounce is this one.
Oh, did you put it into the...
Yeah, we put it in the comments. So look down in the comments section there along the side and give it your best shot. No cheating, no looking it up, no looking at a translator. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds to come up with a pronunciation.
Oh, and look, I just saw a question. Can we all come to your wedding? I'm sorry, we already had our wedding.
We already got married.
Yeah, we got married already. But if we have a second wedding to each other, you are all invited.
Yeah, we can get divorced and remarried just so that you can attend.
Sounds like a lot of work. A lot of legal work.
All right, so I hope you guys did your best to pronounce it.
You're going to have to do this one because I'm afraid that I will butcher it even though I know it already.
So this city is in New York State, New York, and it is pronounced Patchogue.
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 That doesn't go by.
Here's the pronunciation.
Patchogue.
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 Patch.
Where do you live? I live in Patchogue.
That's a hog of patches.
What?
A patch of hogs. That's what I meant to say. A lot of pigs. A lot of pigs. And next up, you want to send this one in.
All right. I'm going to send this one into the chat for y'all to see.
Yeah, don't accidentally say it. I kept almost saying
it. No. All right, there you guys go for your second one. Good luck.
Now, this is another American city, and this is one which was pretty close to where Grace and I lived.
I just said it under my breath, so I hope no one could read lips.
Oh, Deanna, you are way off.
Ooh. Hey, Mercy,
yes.
you know that, though.
John Cole. That's not a bad idea. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. We'll do that with the next one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's a really smart idea.
All right. Should we say that one?
Yep. Go for it.
So this is pronounced, and oh my gosh. Well, there's a little bit of discrepancy even in the United States.
Yeah. Even in our state, I feel that there are two different ways of pronouncing it.
I feel like we should say this at the same time because I'm
Okay.
not sure which camp you fall into.
I'm not sure which camp you fall into.
Are you
All right.
ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Puyallup. I think we said it the same. Puyallup?
Puyallup.
Puyallup.
Puyallup. There. We did it. Yay.
Yeah.
We're in the same camp.
Yes.
It is pronounced Puyallup.
Puyallup.
Puyallup. So I'm going to send this into the chat for you guys to see. And now we're going to take John.
He went away.
It was John,
we were
right?
Up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was John. John, you suggested that we say the name and then have you guys spell it.
Out.
So we're going to do that.
Ooh, this one's going to be fun.
Which one should we do? This one?
Yes.
All right. Take it away.
All right. So I'm going to say it, and then you guys can spell it out. That's what we agreed on, right?
Yes, that's what we...
All right. So we have Des Moines. How do you guys spell Des Moines?
Des Moines. Des Moines. How do you spell Des Moines? Des Moines.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Tons and tons and tons.
These
I'm
are-
actually not going to know if you guys got it right because so many people are entering them in. Do we have a winner?
Oh boy, actually, you guys are doing pretty good at this. Yes, it is a city in Iowa. It is a city in Iowa. Yeah, you paste it in. All right, here comes the answer.
We're sending it out to you guys, and let us know if you got it. Say got it if you got it right. Okay?
Des Moines.
There is Des Moines.
Des Moines. There we are. And I think it's French.
I think it is too.
Yeah. Back when the French controlled the northeast of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Des Moines. Iowa.
Oh, yay. Nicola got it.
Nicola got it. Nicola was right.
A lot of you guys were right.
Touchy.
Good job.
Touchy got it right.
Oh, Andy, you got it too. Good job.
Excellent. Good job, guys. So let's do one more. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to get back to questions.
Yes.
So this one is pronounced. So we're going to say it, and then you write the answer.
Ooh, this
for
is
the guess.
fun.
So this is a city in our state of Washington, and it is pronounced Squim.
Squim.
Squim. Squim. And yeah, Derek, you're right. That is where Bill Bryson comes from. I think it's his book, I'm a Stranger Here Myself. Was that the one we were reading where he just goes on and on hating on Des Moines?
I don't remember. He has a lot of books, and we actually started multiple of his books at the same time.
Yeah, we're reading through 3 Bill Bryson books at the same time.
So it's hard to replace. Ooh.
Oh, Squim. Oh, we got some guesses here. Oh man. Let's see if we see any of the correct ones.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Actually,
I saw two.
Yeah, I saw 2. Are you guys ready? Send it in.
All right.
Send in the answers.
I'm sending in the answer, and you guys say got it if you got it. All right. Here is Squim.
Squim.
Oh.
And this is a city in Washington State where we are from. Squim. Most people who see it and aren't from the area pronounce it Sequim.
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 I remember, okay, so growing up, I heard of Squim. And then I saw the road signs for Squim whenever we'd go on vacation or whatnot, or again, we'd pass Squim.
Uh-huh.
And I actually didn't connect the two because they sounded like I saw it spelled one way, and then I had heard it. I heard Squim, so I imagined it to be spelled differently.
Mm-hmm. All right. We got some people upset that they did not get it.
No! I'm sorry.
Yeah, these town names are tough. And, in all fairness, the UK's town names
are
way
really
harder.
tough. Really tough. And even some French ones here are super hard because they're really long, but then there's a lot of silent letters. And so you pronounce it, and then the other person's just like, ¿Cómo? Like, I don't understand. Where are you from?
Yeah. Quoi? Did I say it right? Quoi?
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 Or ¿Cómo?
¿Cómo? All right, so next we have some more town names for you, but we're going to save those for later. We'll come back to the town names again. And we're going to jump back into some questions.
Yes.
And these come from our YouTube and Facebook community pages. So we made posts there asking people to submit questions for today. And these come from both the YouTube and the Facebook community pages. If you're not a part of either of those, do subscribe so that you can see the YouTube community page, or go over to Facebook and like our Facebook page so that you can participate in the posts that we share there. Video ideas, polls, question and answer, things like this. And
we can try and go through these a little bit quicker.
Yeah, we're going to try to pick up the pace here.
Just because I'm afraid we won't get to them all, but there were so many interesting ones.
All right. So first up, this is from Facebook, and we have Paul Burns. So Paul Burns, if you're watching, this is for you. And he asked, are you planning to visit more countries in Europe or go further afield, for example, to Africa and Asia?
Yes, I mean we're planning to go everywhere that we can. There are so many places on our bucket list. Like, we want to go to a lot more places in Europe as well as Asia and Africa. A couple of big places that I want to go in Africa would be Egypt, and then I really want to go to Morocco as well. And then Asia, we lived in Asia for a couple years, but we definitely want to go to a few more Asian countries that we haven't gone to yet. For example, we haven't been to Vietnam or Thailand or Cambodia. We want to go to all of those. We want to make it to China someday as well. So there's a lot of places on our bucket list. And then in Europe, we haven't been to too many places in Europe yet. So we definitely want to go to the Balkans. We want to go to Greece. We want to go back to Italy. Yeah, there are a lot of places that we would like to visit. And our list of places that we want to go is pretty much endless.
Yeah,
I would say there's not really
longer.
anywhere that we don't want to go.
So I saw someone asking how to get to the YouTube community page. So I'm dropping a link to that down in here. Okay. There we go. You can see I just shared a link to the YouTube community page. All right. And I would just say the same thing. Yeah, that you said. So
a lot of places.
A lot of places.
Everywhere is on our list.
Right now, our plan was we had spent 2 full years in Asia, in Korea and visiting Japan. And so our plan was to spend this year exploring Europe. A lot of that has been in France. And
a lot of exploring hasn't been able to be done.
We are getting to know this kitchen really well.
Yes. And Horton, our friendly neighborhood elephant.
Oh, Abby. Oh, thank you so much, Abby. Oh, we're so glad you enjoy our videos. That really means a lot to us.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here's to you, Abby. Sante.
Sante. Careful. You don't want to inhale that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so close. I think I'm going to call it quits on this cup.
We can still just cheers, but without the drinking part.
So we got Crew Andrew. This comes from our YouTube community page. Crew, if you're watching, this one's for you. He
just joined. I just saw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you saw a comment from him? Great.
Yes.
All right, Crew, this is for you. What would it be about a place that would entice you to ever settle down?
Ooh. I feel like the people, if they were like, please settle down here. No, I feel like the people, if we came across just an area that had a lot of really kind people and we loved the community sense there, I think that would be something that we would definitely take into consideration when choosing a home or a place to settle down. I think for me, it's mostly the community and the people.
Yeah, yeah, same thing. Finding a community of people that we feel at home with, that we feel also that the local culture, like we're able to connect with that. And so for that reason, we are very open to going wherever we're treated best. There is a YouTube channel that we stole this line from called Nomad Capitalist. Nomad Capitalist, who's an expat who helps people expatriate from the United States to other countries and give up citizenship and immigrate to other countries permanently. And so while we probably wouldn't give up U.S. citizenship, we are very open to going wherever we're treated best. And we really like that mantra of, just because you're born in a place doesn't mean you're stuck there. So just see what community, what country fits you and your lifestyle best and go there. Let's see. So next up, we have a question from Lorraine Quinn. Lorraine, I saw you commenting just a little bit ago, so I'm pretty sure you're in the chat. And this one goes out to Lorraine Quinn. What kind of music are you guys into?
I think we got this question on our Instagram the other day as well. So what kind of music are you into?
So, oh boy, let's see. Well, we're kind of, we have Spotify. So partially we are we do have that issue where we just listen to a little bit of everything. But then at the same time, top artist on Spotify, according to Spotify, the top artist we listened to last year and most of this year has been Barnes Courtney, who is a British artist. Yeah.
Well, he's also a Seattleite. He grew up in Seattle. I believe he was raised in Seattle, and now he lives in the UK. I think one of his parents is British, and so that's why he lives in the UK now. But we really like him a lot. We found him a couple years ago while we were still living in Korea. I think genre-wise, we listen to a lot of folk music. Yeah, indie folk is what it's called. So not like
banjo, mountain
Not
folk.
like bluegrass, no.
Or Americana. More of a, it's called indie folk is the genre.
Mm-hmm.
And what are some of the artists? While you answer that, I am actually going to put on another cup of tea. We are coming up to the end of our first hour, and we did say that we would do this for at least an hour. If you guys are okay, I think we should go for another.
Keep on going.
Keep on going. Are you down?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. Let's do
another
this.
cup of tea.
I'm gonna put tea water on.
Careful of all the cords. My
There's
goodness,
a lot of cords.
our kitchen is covered in cords right now. Just to keep, because the sun is going down here in France, so we have to keep everything lit.
So in the meantime, while I'm putting tea on, Grace will tell you guys what kind of music we listen to and our top artists. And if you guys have any suggestions for us that you think, oh my gosh, Eric and Grace, why are you not listening to
This person.
Drop those down there.
Drop them in the chat.
Yeah.
So, top artists, people that we listen to. Oh, we listen to a lot of Lumineers, Mumford & Sons, so a lot of those guys, Fleet Foxes, the Civil Wars. I really like the Sweeplings, but Eric says they sound really sad because their music is very, like, a little bit melancholic, but I really like it. I think it's beautiful. I also listen to a lot of Bishop Briggs. I believe she's also a Brit, though I'm not quite certain about that one. But she has some really great music. I don't think I would call her folk, but maybe more indie, kind of indie rock, perhaps. It's hard to put her into a genre because she's very creative. I really like her. Look up Bishop Briggs. She's great.
Kettle is on.
Good job. So if you hear it working in the background, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's making noise there.
Sometimes it kind of howls a little bit, so if you hear that, it's the kettle or the dog in the other room.
Oh, I just saw someone suggest Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Techno Swing. We actually do have some of their music on a playlist. We have been practicing swing dancing while we've been stuck here in quarantine. So we have a hippin' and jivin' swing dance music playlist that we listen to.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
And I'm gonna do a shout out here real quick. Another artist that we've been listening to recently is one called Frank Companion. So if you're on Spotify, go to Spotify and look up Frank Companion. That is actually a friend of ours who just released his very first music. So if you want to get a taste of the sounds that are coming out of Seattle.
Yes. Yeah, it's very Seattle-esque, very PNW.
Should I tie my hair up? It's looking a little bit sad. It's losing its life.
I think it's good.
You think it's fine?
I think it's never looked so alive.
All right, so, Lee Cow. Hi, Lee. That is very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Sante. Cheers to you, Lee.
Careful with the biscuit. Totally not real.
There was a bit of digestive in that one.
I'm sorry.
To everyone in the chat who's been suggesting that I just slurp the biscuit, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's nasty, guys. That's nasty.
Oh, and Danny Riley, that is a really good idea.
Ooh, where is it?
Is making a Spotify playlist for people to follow.
Ooh, that is a very good idea.
We should set up a Wandering Ravens Spotify playlist.
Oh, that would be awesome. We will dedicate that to you because that is a very good idea.
And then, Mark, you said, have we been keeping up on the news from the UK or have we just seen the news from France? If you mean, have we been watching UK news? We have been checking the BBC every now and then to see what's going on.
Yeah, we've kind of been checking, periodically we'll check news just from back home in France and then the UK and then other places that have had some, development in the whole situation that's going on in the world right now.
So the next question, this comes from...
See, other Kevin C agrees with me. It's definitely alive. Your hair is it's never looked so alive.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Let's see. Emily Wade So this is from the YouTube community page. Emily Wade, if you're watching, this one goes out to you. What was the hardest adjustment you went through going from the US to the UK? Got an answer to this one.
All right, you should go first. But I think your answer is going to be the same as mine.
So the biggest challenge, well, first, I think the first thing to be said is just that there's not really that many questions. And hey, Emily, we see you. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it?
I think it's Amelie.
Amelie or Emily?
That is a good question.
I'm sorry, I do not mean to mispronounce your name. Do let us know how it's pronounced. I want to get it right. So the hardest adjustment for us, now, like I said, disclaimer, going to the UK as an American, there is not nearly as much culture shock as going to other countries because our cultures are very similar, but then they're different in ways that you don't expect. It's kind of like, I guess if I could compare culture shock in the UK to a thing, it'd be like walking upstairs. When you're walking up the stairs and then suddenly one step is a little bit shorter than the rest, and so it causes you to trip. It looks the same, they look uniform, but walking up it, it's just, an inch difference here and there, and it makes you stumble going up the steps. So it's not an obvious culture shock. It's not something you'd expect.
It's not like in your face sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where when you go to somewhere that's super duper different from the US, where all of the culture shocks are very evident, this isn't quite like that.
Yeah. So one of those little bottom inch steps that we tripped on was sarcasm and irony. Basically, as we called it in another video, the wicked wit of the Brits. And British, I'm trying to remember, we talked so much about British culture and all of these things that it's hard for me to remember what we've said in videos and what we have said in conversation.
Oh yeah, that's true, because we have a lot of conversations about this throughout the day.
So if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. But one of the things that really tripped us up about British humor is that British people, from what we understand and what we've seen, tend to be more sarcastic than Americans. So basically, in a Brits, if you have a pie chart, 90% of British people's conversation is sarcasm, irony, taking the piss out of someone, not being sincere, not being earnest.
Yes,
earnest. Not being earnest. Whereas Americans, it's the complete opposite. For most Americans, 90% of our conversation is very genuine and earnest and sincere, and 10% is sarcasm, irony, taking the piss, that sort of thing. And so for us going to the UK, that was a little bit of an adjustment because, what was it? There was a thing I said today where I was like, in the States, something you always hear when you're learning how to talk.
Is to mean what you say.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You're always told, don't say something unless you mean it. Mean what you say and say what you mean. That's that's a phrase I've definitely heard a lot in the States.
Yeah.
Whereas that's not really something that Brits live by, I don't think. That a lot of it is in humor and not being earnest, because I've heard a lot of British people say that you shouldn't take yourself too seriously. So if you agree with that, please let us know. Or what are your thoughts on that? Because I have heard other British people say, as a Brit, you don't take yourself too seriously. You're not supposed to be too earnest.
And someone says, what about Friends? Well, with sitcoms, they have a lot more humor than the average conversation, just because, it's for comedic effect. So it's not quite the same representation. And it could also be regional. Different regions of the States might be more funny than others. And another thing too, I think I made this observation in another video, was Americans tend to be humorous in spurts. So we'll be sincere and earnest and genuine. We're saying what we mean and we mean what we say. And then we'll start bantering. And then we have a couple minutes of banter. We have a session of sarcasm. And then we switch back and then we go back to saying what we mean and meaning what we say.
Yeah.
Whereas Brits seem to always be being the
more witty, more weaving in and out of wit and stuff. Yeah, navigating all of that, all of the humor. I love it. I really like it. But yes, that is an adjustment when you are an American going to the UK. You have to learn to think more like a British person would.
Welcome to the chat, Arminage. Yes, we are doing a question and answer, and we are answering questions from our YouTube community page and our Facebook page.
Ooh, I did see a couple.
You saw some observations?
Somebody said your hair is only alive if you have lice.
Oh,
That's
wow.
terrible.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
terrible.
Man. So we are actively trying to learn how to be more witty. We're taking it in steps. So we learned through trial and error how to recognize British people when they're being witty and sarcastic. That was a big learning curve. So now we're at the point now where we're generally able to recognize when a British person is being ironic or sarcastic. But what's the part right now?
I think we're still not fluent. Okay, this is like $1 million idea, but if any of you Brits understand enough about American culture, you should totally write a guidebook to British humor and sarcasm and wit. It would go over really well in America. Us Americans need that.
There's the $1 million idea.
Yes, that is $1 million idea. One of you guys who is a writer and fluent in both cultures, take it and dedicate it to me.
Welcome, Sergio, welcome. We have not been to Portugal yet. We are very excited to go to Portugal. We really want to go to Porto and Lisbon. Very excited to go there. And JM 2020, we are from Seattle, USA. So that is the corner of the United States that we are from. And Arminage, Eric, how much of a favorite is that shirt you are currently wearing? Dude, I gotta tell you, man, I love this thing so much.
Yeah.
I shower with this on.
He's being truthful.
So someone says, we are generally only sarcastic in the right setting with people we feel that it's okay to be sarcastic with. Okay, that's good. So you measure the situation. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to switch. All right, so maybe should I answer the shirt question and put that to rest?
Sure.
No, I think we'll say that later. All right, if you stick it out in a couple minutes later on, I'll answer the shirt question because yeah.
That is a question we get a lot.
A lot of people are curious about my shirt.
Yeah, this shirt is just, you would never have guessed it when we picked it out.
Yeah. Honestly, I was surprised people were even paying attention to this side of the screen. So.
Oh, thanks. All right. Don't get too weird now.
So we've got another question from our Facebook community page, and this one comes from David Hill. David is a recent subscriber, just connected with us a couple days ago. So David, if you're watching, thank you for joining our little corner of the internet. And David says, I've lived in the UK. You remember how to say this one?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
Now, for the Americans in the chat, Leicester is the UK city that we've all been pronouncing Leicester. It's actually pronounced Leicester. We found this out recently.
Or Leicester is how Americans would pronounce it. I wasn't saying that's how it is actually pronounced, but Americans would pronounce it that way.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mark. Have a great shift. Take care.
Bisous to you as well.
So David says, I'm fascinated by local dialects. Do you have the same diversity of dialects in the USA? And I'm going to let you answer this, and then I'm going to make us another cup of tea.
All right. So we do have a lot of diversity of dialects in the US. I think I would understand a lot more about it if I had traveled the US a lot more. I've actually not been to many places in the US. I've primarily stuck to the West Coast. I've not been to the East Coast yet, or the South, but we do have a lot of diverse dialects all throughout the US. What are some that you've heard? Is this like going into slang as well?
So I'll pump in here. So I think in my opinion, I've been to most of the American states, and we do have a lot of dialects. So if you're from the West Coast, you might have serious problems understanding someone in Boston or New York City. But our dialects aren't nearly to the level as they are in the UK because, for the most part, American dialects are based in English. there's very few dialects. I have yet to encounter an American English dialect that is influenced by another language. Whereas in the UK, you have dialects, if you go up to Scotland, you're going to have Scots and English creating unique dialects up there. If you watched our Scottish slang video, a lot of those slang words people use in English conversation, even though they're Scots. And so there's a blending. And the same thing like in Wales and then Northern Ireland and different parts of England itself, where you have multiple languages blending together and creating these dialects. So we do have dialects, but I would say it's not quite the same and definitely not as advanced.
Yeah, I don't think it's as diverse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Katie Bear. Caitlin.
Oh, hi, Caitlin. Welcome to the chat.
Do you want me to move on to the next one while you grab the tea?
Oui.
Okay.
I'll let you.
Which direction were you going?
I was going down.
Ah, okay. Good to know. Otherwise, I would have just reread all of the ones we had previously done. Oh, we have one from Steve Sanderson. He asked, what's the best country you have visited and why? Which one will make you want to visit again and again? Are you ever homesick and can't wait to get back home?
Oh, several questions.
There's several questions there. So, the best country you've ever visited. I really think this is impossible to say. I know that's a really annoying answer to give, but it really is impossible to kind of be like, this is the best country, because as I visit more and more places, my list is growing, and so are my experiences in these places. And so I think it is really hard to pinpoint my favorite country that I've ever been to, because every country is super cool, and I don't think there's been a single country that we visited that we haven't had a really fantastic time in and just love our experiences there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Ditto.
And then, oh yes, there's like two other questions to this. Which country will make you want to visit again and again?
Ooh. So for that one, I think, let's see, the first one that comes to mind for me to visit again and again is, well, actually there's two that come to mind. I'll let you say one and I'll say one, because we're probably thinking
Me
the same
first?
thing. I'll go first.
Okay. He's taking mine.
Oh, I don't care.
No,
you
go
go
first. No, we're gonna do this awkward. You go first.
You go first. No,
you go first.
Oh, look at us. Kawiwaibo.
This is never gonna happen. I was trying.
What is that?
It's scissors.
Okay, all right, you win.
It's scissors. It's totally scissors.
In Korea, whenever there's a disagreement, you always settle it with rock, paper, scissors.
So, for anyone who is terribly confused by what just happened, that was us playing Korean rock, paper, scissors.
Yes. All right.
So, me first?
Yes.
Oh.
So, which country will you want to visit again and again?
Ooh, Korea, actually. We lived there for almost 2 years, beginning in 2017 and ending at the end of 2018. And that was kind of the first place that we made a home together. And so we feel really at home there. Every time we go back, we're just so happy to be there. And we just want to stay forever and ever. So I think Korea will always be a place that I want to go back to. As soon as I leave, I just want to get back there.
Yeah. It's actually one of those places, and this is something that we've said together, is because we got married and we basically booked it right from the wedding ceremony to Korea. And we got an apartment in Korea. We lived there for 2 years. And so for that reason, Korea is our first home as a married couple.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there's very few places in the world right now where we get off the plane and we feel immediately
just
at
like,
home.
We breathe a sigh of just, whew, we're here we are again.
Yeah.
Yay.
So that's how we feel every time we get off the plane in Korea. And then another one, which we feel very excited to visit again and again, is the UK. And the first time we went to the UK was last year in 2019. We were there for 2 months. And as you guys can tell from our YouTube channel, we really, really loved it. We had such a good time there. And I'm going to be very American right now and use some big adjectives. So to the British people, I'm sorry for using big adjectives. The UK, wait, first, the UK, It wasn't bad.
It was quite good.
It was quite good. No. Quite good means bad. Right?
Oh!
Yeah.
Shoot!
No.
I apologize.
It wasn't
Many
bad.
apologies.
That's what we mean to say.
I'm not as fluent in this as you are. I always get so confused.
So in American speak, we had a fabulous time. We absolutely loved it. And Helen, I'm glad you understand how we feel. So that was a big surprise for us because, like we said, when we went to the UK earlier, we weren't expecting to have culture shock. We weren't expecting it to be very different or to feel a connection, I guess. We were just there to do the tourism thing. But we made some very good friends there, friends that we still keep in touch with until today, including Jeff, the bongo drum player.
Important.
Yes.
Although, yeah.
Yeah. And so we just had such a good time there. And we're very excited to go back because now, basically since we left the UK, we've spent all that time making videos about it, reading books about it, learning about it, talking with you guys in the comment sections about it. And we've accumulated a list of places to visit in the UK, which is basically
endless.
Yeah. Thousands
I
of
don't
words
think
long.
that we will be running out of places to go in the UK for many years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're very excited to go back there. And I guess another answer would just be that there are no countries yet to which we do not want to return.
Yeah, that's true. Everywhere we've been, we would love to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
In a heartbeat.
So let's see. We answered that one. Okay, this comes from our YouTube community page, and we have another question from Lorraine Quinn. So Lorraine, this one goes out to you, and you asked, how long does it take for you guys to put a vlog together? So yeah, this is a question that we get semi-frequently, is people wondering about our editing process and what goes on behind the scenes. Again, we're going to use this as an opportunity to let you guys know that if you want to see behind the scenes features and deleted scenes and stuff like that, do make sure you join our Patreon community. It's a great way to support the channel as well as get access to all kinds of beautiful deleted scenes and bloopers and behind the scenes stuff. So to answer this question, how long does it take you to put a vlog together? Generally, right now, because we have to balance it with work, we do have a day job and we have to balance making videos with that, we spend about an hour researching for each video. And so we do our best to make sure we don't have misinformation in our videos. We do want to be as accurate as possible. But usually we do an hour on research, then shooting is about an hour. So setting up the camera, shooting the video, all of that takes about an hour. Editing from start to finish takes about 5 hours. If the video is 12 minutes long, 10 to 12 minutes long, it takes about 5 hours to edit. If the video is 20 minutes long, 18 to 20 minutes long, then that takes 6 to 7 hours to edit. And then every time we post a video, what do we do?
We hop on the comment section because we want to talk with you guys. So we hop on the comment section for at least an hour, preferably longer. So usually it'll be both of us on the comment section for about 2 hours after a video goes live so that we can just engage with you guys and have fun chatting and learning from you and learning the correct ways to pronounce things and hearing suggestions about where to go next time we're in the UK.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We, from the very beginning, YouTube for us has been all about making a community to talk about travel and culture with. And so that's why we do it, is to talk with you guys in the comment section, to answer your emails, and to hopefully do more live streams like this, because this is so much fun to get to know you all in this way. Let's see. So altogether, the videos we put out right now, if it's a 10 to 12 minute video, it's going to be about 9 hours of work that go into making that.
He does a really good job doing all of the editing. I don't do the editing. I've just started trying to learn how to do some of the editing, and he can testify. Every time I'm there, I'm like, why is it being so slow? What just happened? Where did all my video go? My project is gone. Yeah, it's just a tragedy.
You're doing good, though. You're doing really good. High five.
Thanks.
Grace's first vlog just got posted on the Patreon.
Yeah.
She made a vlog about a grocery shopping trip.
I was really, really proud of it.
You did really well. I was proud of it, too.
Thank you. I will accept that compliment. And then we can move on.
So someone asked, do you see all comments or do you just check on newer videos? We do, on older videos, YouTube stops notifying us when people comment on them. So on older videos, if it's about, 3 weeks, 4 weeks old, we don't get notified about those anymore unless we actually go to that video and look at the comments. But we do try to respond to as many as we can, even on older videos. But yeah, if you comment and we don't respond, it's honestly because we didn't see it. We try to respond to every comment that we see.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So if you have a pressing question and you comment it in our video and you're like, why are these people not answering this pressing question? It's not because we're ignoring you. We just haven't seen it. So comment it again on a more recent video or go ahead and shoot us an email.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. There was one.
Was there another one?
Oh, Stefan asked, would you guys ever consider doing a meet and greet in the UK? Would we do that?
No, I'm kind of scared of British people.
We would totally do that. We're not sure where, though. So if you guys have recommendations for where, if you're like, oh, they need to come do a meet and greet in this part of the UK, please let us know. And I guess whatever has the most votes will win.
Yeah, or maybe we'll just, on our next UK tour, we like to slow travel. So usually when we go to a place, we spend more than a couple days there. We'll be there for a week or so. So with all of the sightseeing and stuff, we'll plug in a meet and greet day in different cities.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
So we do like one in Birmingham and then one in York. And then
yeah, all around. And whoever is in, all the people that are in these towns and cities that are subscribers can show us around, show us what there is to do in these different places.
Yeah. And when our UK trip comes up, we'll definitely let you guys know what our itinerary looks like so that you can let us know which cities you're in and all of that. Because we would love to meet some of you guys. This is really fun, seeing your comments and talking with you like this. But meeting you in person would just be out of this world. Also, if we meet you in person, maybe you can teach us how to do the pub scene because, like we said, we are very intimidated by pubs. Yes, Caitlin, we will visit you in London. Absolutely.
Yes, it's a plan.
So, let's see. We have another question. This one comes from Mark Macon. This is the YouTube community page as well. So, Mark, if you're watching, this one's for you. You asked, would you consider emigrating to the UK?
Yeah, totally. I think what you were saying earlier, all about go where you're treated best. And so if we went and we found a town that we really loved in the UK and we loved the community there, we would absolutely, consider settling down there long term. Yeah.
We're very open to going to wherever we feel that special connection to. Yeah. Though you guys will have to tell us if you know about UK immigration. We have heard that it is very difficult.
Oh yes, it's really intimidating sounding.
Hudson, this one's for you. Horton says hello.
Oh yes.
And Nero, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been so much fun. Have a great night. So let's see. Should we answer some more questions or should we do another batch of American City quiz? All right. Ooh. First person who says it. Do we do questions, more questions, or another batch of U.S. city name quiz? Let's see. The first one we get is what we'll do.
Who is it? Who's it going to be?
Quiz it is. Quiz. Do quiz, not drugs, kids. Louis, no.
Louis, no. Don't recommend that. Take that out of the chat, man.
It's quizzes, man. Do a quiz instead. All right. So we're going to do another quiz. All right, quiz it is.
Okay, you want to start this one off?
Yes. All right. Oh man, see, I almost said it again. I was looking at the city and it almost came out of my mouth. Hard. Now this one, I'm actually going to send you guys, and I want you to try to say it because.
Yeah, wherever you are, if you are on the metro, if you're in a pub, if you're in church right now, try and pronounce this.
Where is the chat? Here it is. Okay. So, There we go. And Maddie, yeah, we're going to let you in a little secret, Maddie. We actually go to bed at 9 o'clock at night, so we are up late.
Oh, yeah.
We're 30 minutes past our bedtime.
Maddie
right
says we look sleepy.
But we're drinking tea.
I don't feel sleepy, but my face betrays it.
Bye, Andy. Thank you so much for joining us. It was really fun. Take care.
Yes. Bisous. Ooh, Winnie Win is watching in tub.
All right. So did you all try pronouncing those names? That name. All right. So we're gonna teach you how to say this name. And this is a New York state city. It's a city in New York. Are you ready? Here it comes.
All
So
right.
the way we pronounce this New York city is Aquabog. Aquabog.
Aquabog.
Aquabog.
Where do you live?
Aquabog.
Where's that?
So we have, New York has got quite some names. We had Patch Hog earlier, and now we've got Aquabog. It's pronounced like this. I just sent it to you guys. Aquabog.
Did any of you guys get it? If you got it, say got it. 'Cause
Yeah.
that I would not have gotten that one.
If you got it right, let us know. We are not making these up, I promise. Aquabog is the way it's pronounced. And just in case you missed it, here is how it's spelled. We'll send it through again. Aquabog. Oh, Kai Sovereign. Wow. Thank you so much, Kai. That is so sweet of you. Here.
Sante.
Sante to you. Now I feel awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Kai, for
I
that
gave
little
us quite
boost.
the buzz.
I am ready to go for another 3 hours. Let's do this. So, Kai asked a question. You said, "Oh, we're so glad you appreciate our videos. We are so glad that you enjoy our videos. That really means a lot to us." So, do you connect with other content creators? We do. There's a few people that we have exchanged emails with or chatted with. There's a few people that we comment on their videos. They comment on ours. But for so far, not really. We've been a pretty small YouTube channel for the last 3 years. And so it's not really, I don't think people really do collaborations until they start hitting maybe the 20 or 30,000 subscriber mark. So we haven't really done any collaborations or anything like that with other people. Once we get there, once we have a larger channel, then yeah, that might be something we
that
start
would
doing.
be fun.
All right, so let's see if you guys got that right. No.
Many people, I don't know.
I don't think anyone got it right.
got it right.
Aquabog. So we're going to do another city name, except we're going to flip it this time. And now you guys are going to guess how it's spelled. So we're going to say it. And then you know how to say it, right? All right. So you say it, and then they'll guess how it's spelled.
Okay. Although I hope there's not some different ways of saying this. This is the way that I say it.
All right.
All right. So next up we have Spokane.
Spokane. Spokane.
If you guys know how to spell it.
So no cheating. Drop it in the chat. How do you think Spokane is spelled? We won't say if you get it right or wrong.
Oh yeah.
Spokane.
We've got some.
Spokane. 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 Oh no. Apparently this one wasn't very hard for a lot of people. Wow, you guys.
All right, so a lot of you
bunch.
guys, a lot of you guys got that right on.
So the answer, here's the answer.
And
Spokane.
a lot of you guys got it. I'm impressed. Good job.
Yeah, excellent job. Very well done. Spokane. There we go. This name is an American city name. Maddie asked, where do these names come from? So this is a city in Washington State. Spokane.
Good job, guys. Should we do another one?
Yes. So we're going to do another one, but this one We're not going to say it. We're going to send it into the chat, and you guys guess how it's pronounced.
This one's on you.
This is a city in Kentucky.
Good job, Rogan. Rogan says, got one at last.
Excellent,
Yay!
Rogan. And yes, James Gallagher, the English language. There are so many idiosyncrasies, and yeah, don't look for consistencies because you won't find them.
Yeah, they're absent.
So we got someone, a crew thinks it's pronounced the same way as in France. James Gallagher thinks it's the same way as in France. Steve, Edgar, Danny, all right. Rogan, Versailles, 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 Versailles,
Yeah,
Versailles.
A lot of people similar to how it's set in France.
Versailles, Versailles, Versailles. Well, here we'll send it one more time. We'll send it one more time for the folks that missed it. All right, so this is a city in Kentucky, like we said, and the way this is pronounced, it is not pronounced Versailles. We're actually just down the road from Versailles.
Yeah, we live pretty close to there.
Very close to Versailles.
Not the one in Kentucky.
Not the one in Kentucky. This is the real Versailles. And this city is pronounced Versailles.
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 That's
Versailles.
really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So did they get it from the French, but then they just changed it?
I think that's what they did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pronounced Versailles. So I think the French created the city, of course, and then the Americans took over. And they're like, this is Versailles.
I don't know what you're talking about. We have to distinguish them somehow. The fact that one of them's in America and the other one is in Europe is not good enough.
Yeah.
They have to be pronounced different, too.
And that's exactly right, Maddie. It's like how Americans call Notre Dame, Notre Dame. I actually did not know how to pronounce Notre Dame until we came to France.
Mm-hmm.
I was going around like an idiot.
Saying Notre Dame?
There's Notre Dame!
Oh, no!
Notre Dame! Which there's a lot of construction going on that right now.
Yeah.
A lot of cranes and wood and timber. They're working hard to fix that place up.
Fences too. We went and saw it from a distance because of course there's a big fence around the perimeter, so you can't get really close. But we looked at it inside and wished that we had come to France earlier.
So we got one more city. Should we send it? Which way should we do it?
Ooh, I think we should say this one.
I think so too.
Yeah, say it and then you guys can spell it out.
Mm-hmm. So this American city is pronounced.
All right. So we have Tucson.
Tucson. Tucson. The city of Tucson. It's really hot in Tucson. It's kind of a dry place.
Have
Tucson.
you been to Tucson?
I think I have.
I haven't.
I think.
You probably have.
Yeah. So we're gonna let you guys spell Tucson. Well, crap.
No, there's some really interesting ones.
Tucson. All right, there we go. Armenage, I like the way you think. Tucson. Tucson.
Somebody just wrote Arizona.
Arizona. No,
That's not how it's spelled.
It is in Arizona, but it's not pronounced Arizona. Tucson. Croissant. Croissant.
Thank you. That made us laugh.
Wow, crew! Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
crew! That is so sweet of you. Wow. Thank you very much. Next coffee's on you, my friend. Sante!
Sante!
That is very kind. In your honor, I will attempt to dip a digestive.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, for those who joined us late, today we went down to our local shop. We actually stood in line because, lockdown, you have to stand in line to go into the store. And I bought a pack of digestives so that we could do this in style. I haven't had digestive since we were in the UK, and I love these. So.
Want to smell one?
There you go. Smell that.
All
right.
Smells good.
Crew, this digestive is for you. I'm so afraid.
I'm really afraid too.
Here we
All
go.
right, not 3. What? Oh. It worked out fine.
That's a good combo.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
The shop had a little section of British foods. They had Marmite.
Little tiny cute jars of Marmite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They also had, what is it, PG Tips is the black tea?
Yes, they had PGT. And what else did they have?
They had brown sauce, which we have yet to try.
Oh, yeah, I saw that as well.
A bunch of other crisps and crackers and stuff.
Yes. A lot of random things that I actually have not seen in the UK. So.
Mm-hmm. So now that we just finished our pronunciation quiz.
We didn't send it in, though. How to spell Tucson.
Oh, right. Okay, we got to give you guys the answer. So
Yes.
Tucson, Arizona is spelled like this. And a lot of you got this right. I was actually surprised. I guess it's kind of a famous city. Is it a famous city? I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I feel like everyone knows Tucson and Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2.
Yes, Jack Russell HP sauce. That's the one they had.
Yes, that's the one we saw.
Mm-hmm. So Nicholas, we have heard so many people recommend Yorkshire tea, but the one thing we're unsure about is Yorkshire tea a brand, or is Yorkshire tea a region from which, is it just any tea that comes from Yorkshire County?
Or is it a special way to prepare the tea? Like Yorkshire tea has a certain amount of milk in it or something.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Something like that.
It sounds good. Ooh, it's a brand.
Okay.
All right, good to know.
That's good to know. So we'll try some Yorkshire tea if they have it at the Ocean down the road.
Yeah, I should go look. They have a massive tea section, and a lot of tea is imported from the UK.
Mm-hmm. So next up, we're going to get back into questions. And now we've been on here for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So I think what we should do is answer some questions from you guys.
Who are still here with us after 1 hour and 42 minutes.
This has been really fun. And we can't believe we still have 194 of you watching. This is incredible. Wow. So if you have any questions that have been pressing against your heart or your mind, and you just want to know some things about us, about our channel, culture, travel, anything like that.
Your shirt, Eric.
What?
That's what the question was. Your shirt.
What?
This is gonna be his thing from now on. You've made it your thing, man.
So, okay, we got some questions coming in.
Oh, Mercy asked, what's your favorite part of the house? Kitchen! Oh, yeah, we both got it. Yeah, the kitchen. Definitely the kitchen.
Should we confess?
Oh, man, it's kind of embarrassing. Sure.
All right, so something about us, ever since we left Korea, we have been addicted to sleeping on the floor. Because in Korea, they have these nice floor beds, and you sleep on the floor, and it's nice, and it's firm. You don't have any of this ugly spring bouncing stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we just love sleeping on the floor. All around the world now, we've slept on the floor.
We both like sleeping on hard surfaces. Like, neither of us want a really, really soft bed that you just sink into. I don't think that's comfortable, personally. I like hard beds.
So we've been sleeping on the floor all over the place. And here in France, the bed that we've been sleeping on is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's actually super uncomfortable.
Yeah, so we did try to sleep on it for a while. And then finally we were like, you know what? Let's sleep on the floor again. But the floor in the bedroom is really cold, and it's nasty tile.
So it is. It just keeps not the heat. It keeps the cold for ages. And so laying even several blankets on that surface is just it's not going to do anything.
It doesn't work. No.
Yeah.
So we decided, you know what? We already spend all of our time in the kitchen, anyways. Like that's where we edit our videos. That's where we do our videos. That's where we work. shoot, why don't we just move our floor bed into the kitchen? So we actually sleep in the kitchen.
We did do that. Yeah, it's also warmer in the kitchen though too. And we've been in France since the winter, and so we're like, oh, it's warmer in the kitchen too, and it's just cozier. And
yeah, the kitchen has we have some nice big windows in here that let in the light in the morning, and the bedroom was really dark, and so that's why we sleep in the kitchen. And it's really great. I just wake up, bonk, and there's the coffee pot ready to go.
Yep.
So let's see what some of the other questions were.
Yes.
We had a bunch. Oh, Lorraine! Wow, Lorraine, thank you so much.
You.
That is very sweet of you. Cheers!
Something.
Here's to you. I hope you saw, Lorraine. We did answer 2 of the questions that you asked on the YouTube community page. So I hope you saw those. If you didn't, scroll back a little while and you'll see that we answered a couple of your questions. So let's see, what other questions did we have? Up here at the top. Have you guys been to any northern cities? Maddie explores. We have not been to the north yet, but we are dying to get up there. We've heard legends, we've heard tales, we've heard rumors that in the north, strangers actually talk to each other on the bus.
We're like, wow, are these rumors true? Can these rumors be true? Is
Yeah.
it possible?
British people, English people talking to each other on the public transit. Can such a thing be true? So
we have to see for ourselves. This to us is just as interesting as all of the museums in London and everything that can be found in Bath.
I would love to ride some public transit in the UK and have a stranger talk to me. That would just make my American heart beat so fast. So another question. Let's see. How tall are you two? Oh, that's kind of personal.
I don't really know in centimeters, but in feet, I am about 5 feet 5 inches.
Oh, there we go. Well done. And did I just compliment you on your height by saying well done?
Good job. You grew to be an average height, girl.
And I am a unfortunate 5'11".
Good job. Hey, that's tall. I think we're both average height.
As a guy, it's just like, come on.
You want to be 6 feet.
It was this close. We were this close to greatness, Eric.
If you stand up straight and you do certain types of exercises, maybe.
Also, if I tie my hair up into a top bun,
that's true.
Just right here.
But you know the way you used to have your hair where you styled it up?
Yeah. I didn't always have long hair. It used to be short. I had short on the sides, and then I had a big pompadour on top that I wear in the restaurant industry. That's my serving hair.
Yes. So if you did that again, you could be 6 feet tall.
There we go. That's a trick. Next question. Let's see. Do you understand Aberdonians?
No.
What's an Aberdonian? From Aberdeen? I'm sorry, Maddie. I don't know what an Aberdonian is. That's the first time I've heard that word. So do let us know what an Aberdonian is.
And Jack Russell asked,
can you pronounce?
Oh, no.
We're going to give it our best shot, Jack. So.
My best shot is very big.
I'm going to do the American thing. Right out the gate, it looks like Wolfhard is worthy. Wolfhard is worthy. But that can't be right.
Wolford is worthy. Wolford is worthy? Wolford's worthy. Wolford's worthy. Oh, man. I can't even say it. Wolford's worthy. That's mine.
That's your guess?
Yes. I can't even remember how I just said it either. So you guys will have to let me know if I was right or not.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to go way out on a limb here, and I'm going to guess that it's pronounced Wolfhardworth.
That was way out on that limb. Was just wow. I don't even think that limb was attached to the tree.
I just jumped.
That's like a branch floating in a river somewhere. That is not even out on a limb anymore, bro.
So let us know how that city is pronounced. All right, David Davis. Oh man, again with a shirt. Why are people obsessed with the clothes that I wear? That's what I want to know. Why are you so obsessed with me, David? I know it's a great shirt.
It's a great look.
If you want to know where you can buy one, I know that's probably what you want to know, but I can't let you know.
I think they're probably done selling these makes now.
That's probably true. I got the one. I got the one, and it's lasting. What did you do in Korea? Or did you just travel around do you have a job, or did you just travel around for 2 years? Arminage, I worked as an English teacher at an elementary school in South Korea, and I taught English. So, and in Korea, it was nice. They teach the English spelling. They use derp. It's getting late here, so we're going to have a lot more bloopers coming up. This is the fun part. You guys get to watch a lot of bloopers happen because it's getting late and the tongue is getting tired. But I taught American English, was what I was going to say. In Korea, the schools teach American English, not UK English, and so that was how is that an advantage?
Yeah. So for those of you wondering, like, what does that mean? He would teach the American ways of spelling things. So the word traveling, for instance, would only have one L and not two.
Yeah.
And different words that have a U in them would not have a U in them because everything was supposed to be taught the American way of spelling it. Not sure why, but that's just how the schools there worked.
And then also another one was the punctuation and grammar rules, things like that were all English. So we were in one city the whole time. If you go back and watch the early videos on our channel, if you go back, all the videos we've made are still live on our channel. So you can go back and our very first video is our very first video. So you can, oh crap, I just told people to watch the bad videos.
Oh Lord, don't listen to him.
Yeah, well, if you go back and you watch our earlier videos, leave a comment to let us know that you did so that we know who's seen our darker days. So, were there any other comments up here? We have not been to Newcastle upon Tyne.
I would say Newcastle upon Tyne.
Newcastle upon Tyne?
Tyne?
No. Tyne.
Tyne.
Nicholas, we have not been there yet. And?
What's your favorite food from the UK?
Oh, that's hard. Boy, my favorite food. Well, I was so impressed by haggis. I honestly really liked haggis.
Good man. That is a good answer.
Well, what about you?
Ooh, I really, really liked pasties. I had a gluten-free pasty and it was good.
Those were really good too.
Yeah, pasties are the best.
I said haggis just because haggis looks horrifying the first time you see it. So I'm sorry.
Good God, what is that?
I'm not meaning to be offensive, but it looks like you just captured a small animal, shaved all the hair off of it, threw it in a pot, and then threw it on the table. It's very terrifying to someone who hasn't seen it before. But, that
was the most horrifying description I've ever heard.
If you get past that and you actually put the haggis in your mouth, it was phenomenal. Really delicious. Okay. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Oh, okay. Crew Andrew. We did not know that. So thank you for setting us straight. Andy. His name's Andy, not Crew. I was wondering because I haven't ever met someone named Crew.
I have, but not spelled that way.
Now,
what other questions have you got?
Eriday! Wow! Oh, thank you so much, Eriday. We really appreciate that. We are so glad you enjoy our videos. That honestly means a lot to us. Thank you. So, Santé to you, sir.
Cheers! I'm afraid if I continue picking up my drink now, as it gets later and later, I will make a blunder.
Oh man, we had so many questions. It's hard to. I think I lost my place.
Oh dear.
I like your matching pendants. Where did you get them from? Oh, are we matching? We are.
We are. Just mine's white.
So, fun fact: all the jewelry that we wear is very sentimental to us and has stories behind it all. So my rings and these bracelets, this bracelet, and our necklaces all have stories with them.
These we got from a little shop in Korea. There's an area near the palace that has a lot of just homemade jewelry and things like that. And so one day I was walking and I saw that necklace and I was like, oh, Eric would like that. And I've been meaning to get him another necklace. So I got that for him, but I saw the white one while I was there and I was like, oh, I really like that too. But I didn't end up getting it because I was there to shop for Eric for a gift for him. And then a little while later, we were in Seoul together in Incheon, which is where there's a lot of souvenirs and stuff that you can get in Incheon. And that's, you saw the white one and you were like, oh, why don't we get that?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wanted to, but I didn't. And so we did.
So this one was my birthday, and that one was for our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked, ooh, how do you manage in the shops? Do you speak French? We are trying to learn French at the moment. It's difficult. We were taking French lessons a couple of times a week, but as soon as the whole virus thing hit, we had to stop that because you couldn't gather more than a few people, and then you were confined to just a 1 kilometer radius around your house. So yes, we had to stop our French lessons. They were going really well, and we were feeling more and more confident each week. But since stopping that, it has more difficult to manage. But we do manage. I think we manage all right in the shops.
Yeah, we know basic French. And then just this week, we started a challenge where we're trying to speak to each other in French for 2.5 minutes to 5 minutes every single day, where we just, all right, I'm going to sit down and speak in French to each other for at least 2.5 minutes. And hopefully that will help us keep learning during lockdown.
Yes.
Sergio asks, what's your day job? So we are copywriters, and basically we write content for the travel industry. So if you're a travel agent or you do tourism groups, things like that, then if you have a website, then we write copy for the website, your homepage, about page, tour pages, blog posts, that sort of thing, specifically for the travel industry. And as you can imagine, with the current coronavirus situation and how that's affected the travel industry, that work has really dropped off, which is why we've been making so many videos lately. And it's kind of a blessing in disguise for us because we always wanted to be able to commit more time to making YouTube videos, but just never really had an excuse to because we had so much work. We're like, oh, we got to work, don't have time for YouTube. But now that we have less work, we can, with guilt-free, commit a lot of time to our YouTube channel. So that's been really fun to do. Let's see. Where are we going next?
That really depends. Yeah, we'll see how this whole current situation with the virus and everything, we'll see how that clears up. And then I think it'll become more clear. We had plans of going to the UK this year as well as Germany. I think those were kind of our only set plans. But yeah, with the whole virus thing, we'll see. Yeah, we'll really see. We're still really hoping to make it to the UK and Germany. Those are very high on our list. And if borders begin to open up and things become more safe, then we'll absolutely be going to the UK and Germany.
Everything's up in the air right now. It's so hard to plan ahead. I'm sure you guys understand if any of you had travel plans this year. It's like you pretty much can't plan in advance right now. Just have to take every day as it comes. So, oh boy, I'm going to probably get this wrong. I'm so sorry. But Adian Tesserand, let me know how to say that. Adian? What is the strangest thing you've encountered in all of your travels? Oh
boy, strangest thing.
Oh man, I gotta roll back and remember the travel stories. The strangest thing. Have you eaten some weird things?
Yeah, we've eaten some. Well, from American standards, I guess they would be kind of strange things, but
yeah. So in Korea, a great fun aspect of working in the schools is that they have these dinners, these school dinners called hueshiks, where all the staff goes out together and you eat dinner together. And in Korea, it's a very hierarchical society. And so the principal is at the top of the hierarchy in the school. And so when the principal asks you to eat something or to partake of something with him, alcohol, etc., then it's very rude for you to turn it down. So fortunately, let's see, he never asked me to do anything too weird, but one time we were all grilling, and what would happen was they'd have the principal sitting at a table in the middle of the room, and all around the room they'd have all the different teachers sitting in groups, and then you'd take turns. This grade of teachers would come and sit with the principal, do a round of drinks, share some meat together, and then go back to theirs table, and then another grade would come up and share some time with the principal. And so we'd all take turns with the principal in that way during the meals. But when I went up this one time, they had this grill going, and he had grilled up a whole bunch of pig snout, like legitimate, like you could see the holes. It was a pig snout.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so he offered me pig snout, and because he was the principal, I ate it.
How was it?
Terrible.
Oh, really? What did it taste like?
It was actually really bad. It was, I think I've mentioned before that Americans don't do very well with fatty things. We don't really like animal fat. And the pig snout was basically all fat. And it tasted, you know when you eat pork and it tastes like wet pig?
Oh, yeah,
I
actually have had that
strong pork
before. It's really pungent or something.
Yeah, it was the most pungent, porky flavor I'd ever had.
Ooh, that doesn't sound great.
Sorry. It wasn't good. So that is a really bad story, casting Korean cuisine in a bad light. Korean cuisine is amazing.
It's so good. So
many good dishes. Man, if you like spicy food, go to Korea. It's incredible. But if you want weird things, there are some weird things that you can eat, and that was one of them. What about you? Any weird things that you've encountered?
Ooh.
What about like in India or Bangladesh or?
My goodness, I'm really struggling to come up with a weird encounter. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. He's just reminded me of probably the weirdest travel experience I ever had. I was in, where was I? Was I in India or Bangladesh at the time?
You were with some friends in Bangladesh.
Oh yes, it was Bangladesh. I was in Bangladesh, and there was a great big Hindu festival going on in Bangladesh at the time that I was there. I had not known that it was going to happen, so I don't actually remember which one it was because I hadn't come prepared for it. That wasn't why I was there. And so there was this great big Hindu festival going on, and they had tents set up and idols set up and lots of different lights and things like that. And bunches of people gathered in this tent together. But at this time, there wasn't a lot of tourism in Bangladesh. And so being a foreigner, I really, really stood out. And I was with a group of other foreigners as well, who also really, really stood out. And so we got a lot of people talking about us, and somehow, eventually, they wanted us to go up on stage and talk about why we were there visiting during this festival. So yeah, that was a really odd experience, ending up on stage in front of a bunch of Bangladeshi people at a Hindu festival where I didn't speak the language, I didn't know what was going on, and I also hadn't intended to be there. So it was just very much like, oh, what's this going on here? Wanders into a Hindu festival and then ends up being put on a stage and having to explain why I'm visiting Bangladesh and all that. So that was an interesting experience. I mean, it was fun.
People taking photos of
yes,
you.
tons of people taking photos. It was fun, but it was a strange experience.
Yeah, that's a pretty wild story. And let's see, where was Adian? I see down here where you told me how to pronounce your name. Thank you for that, Adian. So more questions. Let's see what we got.
A lot of people asking if we like Mario.
Mario?
Do we like Mario?
Oh my gosh.
Do you like Mario? Do you like Mario?
Do we like Mario?
No.
We don't actually do any gaming. We're too busy for gaming. So, yeah, the last time I played games was a very long time ago, back when I was still in high school, I think.
I actually don't think I ever have.
Yeah,
I've just never had a desire to. So, yeah. But
Mario is really cute.
Play Mario for us.
Yeah, enjoy Mario for us.
Because there's two people who don't here, so you can play it twice as much because we're making up for both of ours.
So let's see other questions. Oh my gosh, how many do you like Mario? So let's get through all these. Congrats on 10K. Thank you, Jeff. You know, that was something, did we mention that so far?
Oh yeah, that's what this was. This is kind of a celebratory 10,000 subscribers live stream. We should have mentioned that at the very beginning, but I think we forgot.
Yes. Yeah, we are doing a celebratory, this is a celebratory live stream for hitting 10,000 subscribers. That was a huge surprise for us because when a few weeks ago,
Yeah, just like
yeah,
2 or so weeks ago.
a month ago, whenever lockdown started, we were like, okay, by the time lockdown ends, let's see if we can get our channel to 10,000 subscribers. And at the time, it felt like this aspirational goal because our channel at that time, we were only getting 20 or 30 new subscribers a week. It wasn't growing that fast. And now, since that time, now we've been getting, every day now we get between 160 and 200 subscribers. So that number has just grown so much, and we can't believe how quick it's gone up. So thank you so much to all of you guys who made that happen and helped our channel grow. We couldn't do this without you, and it is such an honor. Oh, I'm just being an American.
You're just being an American. Okay, stop it. Oh, someone asked, what's your favorite British supermarket? Oh, I really like Waitrose.
Waitrose is really good.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, I'll say it after you.
Oh, is it Aldi?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, Aldi is really fun too. The reason I like Waitrose is because you can find a whole bunch of dietary restricted foods, so dairy-free, gluten-free, all that kind of stuff. We also, when we were staying in Ulster, we were really close to a Waitrose, and so that was the closest supermarket, so I think that kind of influenced it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aldi, I really like Aldi because we are very frugal budget travelers. Wherever we go, we're always looking for the best food deals that we can find, and Aldi really serves that up.
I've seen several asking if I have Korean heritage, and the answer to that is no, I don't actually have any Korean heritage.
See, Nicholas, top quality shirt. Thank you so much, Nicholas. See, Nicholas gets it. Thank you, Nicholas.
Knows what's up.
Let's see.
Somebody asked, is Eric's brother taller than him?
I don't actually remember. I don't know. Is he?
I actually don't know either. I think Hudson is taller. Maybe by like a hair.
So, how is grocery shopping different in the UK?
Grocery shopping?
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive in the UK. Are we talking UK versus USA?
Yes, let's do UK versus USA.
Okay, I would say it's probably more expensive in the UK, grocery shopping. Also, I have not seen a Costco in the UK. Do you guys have Costco over there? Because in America, okay, you buy things in bulk, you buy huge amounts of things, but that's not really something I saw quite as much in the UK. Bulk, like huge packages of things.
Yeah. And we've been really behind on questions, so we're like scrolling through this, and I just saw that Magdalena. Thank you so much, Magdalena. Wow, that was a huge surprise. I had to do a double check. Thank you so much for that. That really means a lot to us.
Also, your name is beautiful.
That is a really nice name.
I don't think I've ever met anyone named Magdalena before.
And we have considered visiting Poland, and we really want to visit Poland. Thank you so much for the cheers, and cheers!
And for the food recommendation. That sounds delicious and amazing.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Elliot asks, have you been to Yorkshire?
No, we haven't been to Yorkshire. We want to.
And how's France treating you?
Really good. Yes, we love it here. We always say that we're kind of lucky to have gotten locked down here, actually, because we're close to all the basic necessities, everything that we could need. And yeah, we have a big garden, and we have a dog that lives in the house with us, and so we're able to take him on walks and stuff like that. So our situation couldn't have been more ideal, I feel.
Yeah. We got very lucky with where we got stuck for our lockdown. Man, so let's see. We are so behind.
Oh dear, yeah, I think we're not going to be able to get to all of these. We'll have to do a part 2.
We'll have to do a part 2. Wait, bell ringing. I see a bell ringing one. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're definitely got it.
Raymond asks, I'm a bell ringer. How far did you get with your ringing? Did you get to handling the bell on your own, and did you venture into method ringing? Oh boy. Well, we did not get that far. We were, most of the time, we just loved sitting there and watching the bell ringers ring their bells. Oh, for people who don't know this story, when we were in the UK, we stayed in this adorable town called Ulster. We have a video on our channel doing a walking tour of this town. Make sure you watch that. It's called Doing a Walking Tour of a Small English Town. And it was wonderful. One of our favorite things about it was that there was this old church bell tower in the town, and there was a bell ringing community there, and they invited us to ring bells with them. And we did that every Thursday. It was very fun. And so I don't think we ever actually got to ringing the bells on our own. We did there's 2 parts to it. There's the pulling down, and then there's also grabbing it. I'm forgetting what it's called.
The Sally.
The Sally, yeah. And then pulling the Sally down.
For me, it was actually really scary because I know the bells weigh a lot. So I know that I have this fear of getting pulled through the roof. I know it's not like a rational fear, but yeah, bell ringing is really terrifying for me, actually. I enjoy watching it. It is beautiful, and it is very, very cool, very classy that people can do that, but I would prefer to watch, I think, just because it scares me.
I think if we ever stay near a bell tower for a long time, I will try to get better at that and get into method ringing. That would be very cool to do.
I could totally see you as a bell ringer. If you were a Brit, you would have been a bell ringer.
Little Quasimodo up there. So let's skip way ahead to the front because we were way behind. All right.
Definitely going to have to do a part 2.
We are definitely going to have a part 2 because there were so many questions that we didn't get to on our community page, and you guys are asking us so many great questions. Oh boy. Let's see. Should we finish with a couple more?
Yeah. How about we each do...
Finish with one?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you pick one, and then I'll pick one.
Da-da-da-da.
You look around all of them.
Okay.
Well, we're going to do one more question apiece, and then we are going to sign off for the night.
Oh, I see people saying that Asda and Walmart are affiliated. I feel like I may have heard that before, but then I forgot it.
Oh, well, here I see a whole bunch from Touchy Torchy asking us to pronounce.
Oh no, what are you looking at?
Here.
I can't.
Try to pronounce. Now, I know we went to a cathedral in London with this name.
Oh, yes.
But
I would have assumed it was just Southwark.
Southwark?
That's wrong, isn't it? Oh, it's definitely wrong.
Southwark.
Southwark.
Yeah, we went to Southwark Cathedral.
Southwark.
But we never heard anyone say if that's what the name was. So
yeah, not even the person in there giving out flyers. They should have at least told us how to pronounce it.
Is that right? Southwark?
Southwark. Southwark Cathedral.
Southwark. Oh, so Mr. Troll 1 says it's Southwark.
Southwark?
Southwark. Wow. Okay.
That is not evident.
Southwark. 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 Okay. I'm pronouncing it all these different ways that you guys are telling us to say it. All right. So Southwark. Did I say that right? Southwark. Southwark Cathedral.
Southwark
Maybe.
Cathedral.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that one to be a tricky one. We'll have to do a video pronouncing names around London.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you find a question?
Oh no, I'm scrolling. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted now. I'm reading all the chat. Oh, your sister says Hudson is taller.
Ha! Wait, boo.
Yeah, you're supposed to say boo.
My brother is taller than me, is what I just found out.
Oh, Caitlin says that we have Aldi in the Midwest. I did not know that.
Really?
I've
Wow.
never seen an Aldi outside of the UK or Australia.
Yeah, I just thought it was a UK affiliated thing.
Okay, I found one for me.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, no. Did I? Where did it go? Okay. You look for yours.
I found mine.
Okay, you go first then, because mine went away.
All right. So my question is. All right. So my question comes from Mel of Mac. And he said, "Do you ever get sick of people asking you about gun laws?" And this is a funny question because we get this so many times on our YouTube channel. Is people asking what we think about gun laws in the U.S. because it is kind of a hot button issue. And Mel, if you're watching still, the answer is yes. Yes, it does get a bit tiring to hear about gun laws all the time. We try to keep our channel as unpolitical as possible, just because we like talking about culture and travel and talking about things like gun laws and those sorts of things can get really complicated, especially if you don't have the background or the experience or the right education to talk about it. And that's not an issue I've really done a lot of reading about, so I don't have an expert opinion to lend to that. Mm-hmm. Did you find yours?
Yeah, so it did go away, but I think I can remember it. It was, do you guys actually have a plan or do you just take life as it comes?
Ah.
I would say we are both planners, so we do enjoy planning. We enjoy planning a lot, but then certain things will come up and we'll just have to take life as it comes. So this year has been a great example of that. I think for the most part, we do enjoy planning, and we'll usually have our travel plans set for about 6 months out. Of course, this year has been a bit of an exception to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great answer. So, well, guys, I see here Mr. Troll says, Eric, you look knackered, and you're spot on. We're a bit knackered now because, like we said earlier, we go to bed at 9, and it is going on 10:17 p.m. What are we? Young people?
Yeah, I think it is time to take the rest of these questions for our part 2.
Mm-hmm. So, we did set a new goal. So just so you guys know, our new goal is to hit, 15,000 subscribers by the end of May?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Our new goal is to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of May. If we hit that goal, then we will do another live stream with you guys. Should we do that?
Yeah, we should. And this time, maybe we'll get a head start and we'll take some of these questions that we were unable to answer here.
Yes. Yeah, we'll save some of these for the next time. And if we didn't get to your question, make sure you come back for the part 2 if we hit our goal at the end of May, and we will answer more questions then. Thank you all so much for taking the time to chat with us tonight. This has been so much fun. Our first YouTube live stream.
Yes, it has been a lot of fun to just chat and hang out with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this again.
Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We will. Should we wrap it up here?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you ready? Okay. Well, here we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'm Eric.
I'm Grace.
We're the Wandering Ravens.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bisous.